I looked down, lost in thought for a moment, fingers tracing the embroidery on my daughter's swaddle. My voice came out barely above a whisper. If I had to guess, that baby boy probably isn't even hers. The candle flame popped and flickered, casting half my face in shifting light and shadow. Luo Qinghe and I both married into the Marquise's household the same year. I had Wenwen within the first 2 years, but she still hadn't gotten pregnant. My voice dropped a little colder. The concubines in the first branch, though, they delivered. One after another, the right to claim the eldest son title had long since slipped away from her. If she still couldn't produce an heir, Shen Kui's eyes went wide, so she desperately needed a son to hold her position. Then she frowned. But what does any of this have to do with my lady? Besides, my lady's baby is a girl, which is exactly why it has everything to do with me. I let out a cold laugh, a sharp glint flashing in my eyes. I'm betting she already had her pulse read by a doctor, knew she was carrying a girl. With the concubines from the first branch breathing down her neck, she had to have a son. So this baby, no matter what, could only be a boy. But a biological daughter is still your flesh and blood. She couldn't just throw her away. So she needed to find her a good place to land. She was always coming by my courtyard. She must have figured out I was also carrying a girl. Right then, she'd probably already started planning the swap. She wasn't even due for another month. But when she found out I was about to give birth, she pushed to deliver on the exact same day, then used the chaos to swap out my daughter, leaving her own daughter with me to raise. And my daughter, she just tossed her in a woodshed like trash. My words left Shen Kui completely stunned. She was always so warm and friendly to my lady on the surface, and behind closed doors she was plotting something this vicious. If my lady hadn't planned ahead, the young miss, wouldn't she have... I pulled my daughter closer. My fingertips trembled slightly. I thought of my daughter from my last life, the one who called me mother, and then with her own hands fed me the poisoned wine. They would never have treated her well. A wave of deep, bottomless hatred surged through me. My fingernails dug hard into my palm. Blood seeped between my fingers. I didn't even feel it. Right before I died in my last life, Luo Qinghe's cruel words were still ringing in my ears. That daughter of yours, she spent her whole life in my courtyard as the lowest of servants. Less than a dog. Later, she started looking more and more like me, so I shipped her off to the lowest grade dye house. I heard by the time she went, there wasn't a single unbruised spot on her body. My lady in your hand! Shen Kui's voice yanked me back from the memory. I looked down. My palm had been pierced by my own nails. Blood had soaked into the embroidery at my cuff. Shen Kui scrambled to grab some medicinal powder and carefully bandaged the wound. You just gave birth. You can't be putting yourself through this. Whatever it is, like, deal with it after you've healed. I looked at the white bandage wrapped around my hand. Relax, I'll take care of myself. But look at you, you're so mad your face is all puffed up. I just can't let it go. Shen Kui wrung her handkerchief furiously. The First Lady plays the saint every single day. My lady, you gave her everything good you had. And this is what she does. No good deed goes unpunished, huh? Silly girl. At least now you see her for what she really is. That's a good thing. I looked out the window at the gradually brightening sky, my eyes cold and sharp. We've got time. There's no rush. Shen Kui straightened up and declared confidently, My lady, don't you worry. I would lay down my life before I let anyone dare lay a single finger on the young miss. Not even a hair on her head. My heart skipped. I immediately reached over and covered her mouth. Don't say things like that. That's bad luck. That word, die, hit like a blade, straight into the deepest part of my memory. In my last life, on my daughter's 1-month celebration, my mother-in-law had 2 gold bracelets made, but sent them to Luo Qinghe's courtyard first for her to pick. Shen Kui was the one sent to go get them. My lady, what's wrong? Are you okay? Shen Kui was startled by the look on my face, and quickly steadied my swaying body. My mind flashed to the horrifying scene from that day, when they pulled Shen Kui's body from the lake, still tangled in water weeds. Those eyes that always carried a smile, they would never open again. The authorities called it an accidental drowning, and closed the case just like that. But Shen Kui was a strong swimmer. There's no way. I had tried to investigate, but my mother-in-law shut it down. It's a celebration, what are you stirring up trouble for? The candle crackled and flared, throwing my face into a ghostly pale light. In the end, I could only quietly hold a funeral for Shen Kui outside the estate, set up a gravestone, and that was it. Her death just faded away. Looking back now, Shen Kui must have overheard something in Luo Qinghe's courtyard, something she was never supposed to know, and that's why she was silenced. I looked at this fiercely loyal girl standing before me, and my eyes went soft and wet. It's getting late. You've been up with me all night. Go get some rest. Shen Kui shook her head stubbornly. I'm not tired. I need to stay and watch over my lady and the young miss. Silly girl. I reached over and smoothed back the loose strands around her face. If you wear yourself out, who's going to look after us tomorrow? In the candlelight, Shen Kui's eyes had already gone red, but she pressed her lips together stubbornly. It wasn't until I pretended to glare at her that she finally reluctantly nodded. Fine, I'll just rest right outside then. My lady, call me if you need anything. As the sound of her footsteps faded away, I finally let out a long, slow breath. I leaned over the cradle and gazed at my sleeping daughter. Her tiny pink lips were moving faintly on their own, like she was dreaming something sweet. I gently let my eyes fall shut. The wild, terrifying night had finally come to an end. In the last moment before sleep pulled me under, I wrapped my hand tightly around my daughter's tiny one, and we fell asleep together. After a few days of rest, my color had slowly started coming back. I was lounging in a reclining chair cushioned with brocade. Over the past few days, the Han family had been sending over tonics, fabrics, and jewelry, practically filling the entire room. New things kept arriving every single day. It was like they were trying to ship over the whole Han estate. I sighed, a little helpless. Shen Kui, go tell whoever's delivering to pass along a message. Tell father and mother to stop sending things. At the rate they're going, there won't be any room left in here. Shen Kui smiled. The master and mistress are just worried sick about you. When they heard your courtyard caught fire, They were beside themselves. If they weren't afraid of disrupting your recovery, they would have shown up in person already.